I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Meryl Gleddy was born in Claresholm, Alberta in 1953. She graduated from Brookfield High School in Ottawa, and after graduating from the University of Ottawa with a degree in linguistics, she started working for the federal government in the Human Resources and Skills Development Department, where she retired in 2012. Dave Rogers was an only child born in Ottawa in 1947 to Stuart and Irene Rogers. He also graduated from Brookfield High School and went on to attend Carleton University, where he graduated with degrees in both political science and journalism. He then began to work at the Maclean Hunter in Toronto and then returned to Ottawa to work with the Ottawa Citizen. Meryl and Dave met at the Ottawa Cycling Club and married in 1982 in a small, intimate ceremony with her brother Graham as the organist. They shared many interests and passions, including cycling, traveling, skiing, and gardening. They settled into a cozy Carleton Heights home in Ottawa, and they adopted and lived a very active and healthy lifestyle, but one thing was missing, and that was a child for them to pour their love, joy, and time into. In 1994, when they were both into their 40s, they adopted a newborn baby and named him Cameron, and Cameron became the center of their lives. They devoted themselves to this little precious bundle of joy. And Meryl, according to Graham Gleddy, Meryl's younger brother, who spoke to the Ottawa Citizen, said that she loved putting him on a pedestal. Meryl and Dave were the two people on this earth who bent over backwards to help him day after day after day. As a child, it started to become clear that Cameron had some issues and was struggling in school. To combat and work with Cameron's issues, they provided a very structured environment, including tutors. He had a strict and quite early bedtime and was not allowed junk food. In fact, in 2012, Meryl advocated for healthier snacks in the school vending machines because of the effect that she felt the unhealthy options were having on her son. Cameron was also on a gluten-free diet, so food was a source of tension in the family, and when unattended, he would sneak snacks. One time on a ski trip, Cameron ate the entire table full of snacks that had been spread out for a family gathering before anyone had even approached the table. One of Dave's co-workers, Scott Parker, who also had a son with a disability, said he had the right approach to looking after a child like this. He was so patient and understanding. I don't remember Dave ever getting very upset about anything. Dave did want to make a difference in this kid's life, and he was clearly thankful to be a father. But Cameron also enjoyed a pretty good lifestyle and was taken on family vacations to sunny beach locations and to Europe. He was also a certified lifeguard and volunteered as a camp counselor and took up soccer as a goalie. He thrived actually in that role, but he lost interest quickly. Meryl's brother admitted that while Meryl would talk about Cameron's achievements, she was quite private about his failings and shortcomings. In June 2014, Cameron graduated from Brookfield High School after repeating the 12th grade. In September 2014, he started a mechanical engineering program at Algonquin College, and he would often talk about which courses he liked and how much he enjoyed them. Only, Cameron had actually stopped attending his classes, but he hadn't mentioned this to his parents. Meryl would pack him a lunch every day, and Cameron would go to campus where he would play pool or use college's Wi-Fi since there were restrictions on his internet and TV habits at home. Neighbors described the family as friendly but discreet. On November 4th, 2016, at a family birthday party for Cameron's 22nd birthday, Meryl gave him a beer and said, "Just one." Then on November 28th, 2016, at 9:15 p.m.,
Hello?
Hello.
I would like to confess to a murder.
Okay. Well, so where are you?
I actually, I'm on a street,
Mm-hmm.
in Montreal. I don't know where that street is.
Well, you need to know if you want me to send somebody.
just need to interject here. Canadian 911 dispatchers are not nonchalant about murder. They considered it a hoax at first, and, well, just listen to him. He doesn't sound very serious about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, eh? I'm near a parking garage,
Okay, you need to be more specific. I need an address or intersection.
I'm going to find the street name. An address. Oh, that might work.
Mm-hmm.
How is my 1731 Mikado? Does that work?
What's the name of the street?
Mikado?
How do you spell it?
Mikado.
It doesn't exist, sir.
Oh, well, I just read a sign on the house. I'm gonna go up to the corner of the street to see the street name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And who did you kill?
My mom and dad.
Okay. Where do they live?
They live in Ottawa.
They live in Ottawa?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Cameron's uncle Graham Gleddy would later testify in court that that is not how Cameron normally talks. He described Cameron as usually speaking very confidently. Cameron was brought in by Montreal officer Jeffrey St. Onge, and Ottawa police took over the investigation after discovering the bodies of Merrill and Dave Rogers behind a shed in the backyard of their Ottawa home. Merrill was under a tarp and Dave was half shoved into an open suitcase. Cameron was questioned by one very polite homicide investigator, Detective Teresa Kelm. She checks on him to make sure he's warm enough, he's had water, something to eat. She says she'll check if she can get some toilet paper for his cell, which seems to be Cameron's main concern at this moment, and make sure that she very clearly reads him his rights, which I'm not going to bore you with that part.
Cameron, how old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And are you in school? Or
I was in school.
Okay. What were you studying?
Electromechanical engineering electromechanical engineering robotics technician.
Wow. And how long have you been studying that?
I was in that for the first year this year, but I came out of another one for the past 2 years. I was in mechanical engineering technology, but then I changed for this year into the first one I mentioned.
Good. And what were your plans? What did you want to do with that degree?
I didn't want that degree.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
So why were you taking it?
Because my parents told me to take it.
Cameron then tells Teresa how hard life was with his parents.
Okay. And why were they so keen on you taking that?
Half of the problem was probably because I didn't say anything else. I didn't say another plan for I think. Does that make sense?
So you didn't have a plan, so therefore they gave you a plan?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, because when I was in schooling, that's exactly what happened to me. I didn't have a plan, and my parents made me take these courses that I personally didn't enjoy. Were you enjoying your schooling? No. That must have been hard?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. What year were you in?
So for the first 2 years, I was in second year, and then for this past year, I was in first year.
Okay, all right. And where were you studying?
Algonquin.
At Algonquin? Okay. And were you taking any other courses anywhere else? No? Other than schooling, what were you doing? You tired?
Yeah.
Am I boring you already?
No, nothing else. I wasn't doing anything else.
Okay, all right. What did you do when you weren't in school?
If I wasn't in class, I was studying, and if I wasn't studying, then I was at home helping around the house.
Good.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you lived with your parents? Anybody else? No? Okay. And do you have a lot of extended family?
Like, my mom has 3 brothers.
Okay.
And then they have, or some of them, I think a lot of them have a lot of other family on their other side.
Okay.
So but I don't know that the other sides.
Okay. I understand you were adopted, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And how was that? How did that go with your parents?
It went well.
It went well, yeah, good, okay. Now, who's the closest person to you, would you say?
My dad.
Your dad, yeah, okay. All right. And do you have any friends or anything?
I have friends at school.
Okay.
That I know from school, and then I know from past jobs.
Okay, all right. So what's been going on in your life then? How have things been going for you? Like,
in what way?
In what way? Like, were you happy with the way things were going, or?
I don't know if I was happy with how I was going with school, because I was doing a program that I didn't like.
Right. Yeah. I understand.
And also, I wasn't really being able to get a job because my parents would insist that I would have to work for them.
For them.
Yeah.
And what do you mean by that?
Like around the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and how'd that make you feel?
Not good.
Not good, yeah. So they didn't want you to go get a job outside the house? So they just wanted you working at the house?
Yeah. And
okay.
I wouldn't actually get money because they would just say that they'd owe me money. So I actually didn't have any money.
Oh, that must have been hard.
Yes.
So how did you manage then? Like, if you wanted to go out or if you wanted to do something?
If I would want to use money, they would have to approve of it.
If you're still waiting for the hard part of his life, well, that was pretty much it. Studying for a free degree he didn't want because he didn't have any other plans, and working around the house rather than getting a job for pocket money.
All right. What kind of work were you doing around the house?
Gardening and stuff involving around the garden.
Okay.
Or chores.
Yeah. Okay. So, how did you end up here in Montreal? What brought you?
I was told by the person I called on the phone, the not the lawyer, but the one that's supposed to help me, that I shouldn't answer questions.
Okay, that's all right.
And I'm feeling that answer is not one I should answer.
Okay, all right. We want to kind of understand kind of where things are at with you. It seems like you were dealing with a lot of stuff in your life, right? Like you seem to have had a lot of pressure going on at school. There was a lot of pressure going around the house. Mm-hmm. And we know that what happened is really weighing on you, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm glad you're agreeing with that. I've been working in the homicide unit since 2009, and I've never seen anybody that's reported it to the police the way you did, okay? And that tells me that you're somebody with a conscience and realized what you had done and decided that you needed to do the right thing, all right? What happened before is happened, right? You can't do anything more about it. But what you do have control over is today and tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. And when you talk about how the closest person to you is your father, that tells me that there's a reason why this happened, okay? And we want to understand why that happened. Okay, like what set you off? I know there was a lot of pressure going on, like there was the schooling, you know, having to do work at home, not being able to get any money. Something triggered you to go off. And you know, that's what we're trying to understand. You know, there's it seems like something that's not you, because you've never had any dealings with the police. So it doesn't happen very often that you have someone like you that's not had any dealings with the police, and boom, here you are with the murder of your parents. Okay, we know that you've called 911, mm-hmm. and you reported it yourself.
Mhm.
Okay, so that says a lot about you as a person, that you know what to do. You made a mistake, and you're saying, okay, well now I need to do something about it. So you've basically taken control of that situation. But it's what caused you to get there. Whose fault? Like, is it your parents that were pushing you and you're shaking no?
Well, I'm not saying it's not my parents' fault, but I'm not saying it's not my fault. I mean,
Right.
I shouldn't have done it, which is obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't want to place the blame, so like I can't really say that like my parents were putting pressure, but they were. But I mean that's no account for, doing the deed.
Mm-hmm. But when we're under pressure, I've been under pressure, we've all been under pressure. And sometimes when we're under pressure, it's not us that's reacting. It's the pressure that's reacting, right? I've done things when I'm under pressure that I'm thinking, what the heck was I thinking? It's out of character. And I'm getting the feeling, what I'm hearing from you is that you were under a lot of pressure, and that's how you chose to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect what you're saying, is that ultimately you're the one that did the deed, but there's something that caused you to want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's something that caused you to feel that that's the solution that you needed to do to deal with the pressure.
I guess.
Yeah. So no, that's okay. I mean, it's logical to me. It makes sense. So other than your parents putting pressure on you with school and not wanting you to work and wanting you to work around the house, what else were they doing that was adding to this stress?
Detective Kelm, like myself, is quite interested in the events leading up to the killing of his parents and asks him a few times to try and tell her why, like what led up to it and why that day. And Cameron never really answers more thoughtfully than this.
I mean, other than no money and having to go into a program for 3 years that I didn't want to go into, I don't know like what else there would be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't think of anything.
What else was missing, do you find, in your life that you could attribute to your...
Well, I might have felt, or I might have thought at the time that I was lonely, but then after I killed them, I didn't really feel lonely. Well, I felt more lonely because, anyway, that's irrelevant, but I mean, realized that it was the wrong choice, but anyway.
Yeah. What did you feel you would accomplish by killing them?
Nothing.
Nothing, eh? Okay. And what caused you to just do this?
I don't know. It was like it was, I guess, the spur of the moment. Like it was just I don't know what made me do it. It was just like I don't even know why I did it. Even that I think back to it now, I don't even know why I chose to do it.
Okay. How did you do it?
It was involving one or two knives and a stick.
And a stick, okay. And where did you kill them?
In our kitchen.
In your kitchen? Okay. All right. And what was going on right before you killed them?
I was chopping melon.
Sorry?
I was
Chopping
melon.
Melon?
Yeah.
Okay. And where were your parents in relation to you at that point?
My mom was doing something else in the kitchen.
Okay.
And my dad was somewhere else in the house.
Okay. And then what happened?
Do I have to talk about this? I don't want to talk about this.
Okay, well, why don't we talk about something else for a while, okay? I know that's upsetting you. Why don't we talk about how did they get to the outside?
I put them there.
You put them there, okay. And when did you put them there?
After they died.
Okay.
I didn't want, like, I didn't want, like, my mom's brothers or any friends to come and see them like that.
Okay. Well, that was good of you. Clearly you were concerned for them, for the family members not seeing them, eh? Okay. And how did you get them out to the back?
I had to, I dragged my mom in a tarp.
Okay.
And then I put my dad in a suitcase.
Okay.
And then pulled him out.
Okay. And how did you get him in a suitcase?
Well, I sort of rolled him into it.
Okay. All right. Did you have to do anything to get him into the suitcase? Or?
Well, it wasn't like a perfect fit. Like, I didn't, like, make him, like, fit.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't, like...
Okay. All right. And how long did you remain in the house after the...
A week.
A week? Okay. And where were they for that 1 week?
Well, for a day, they were wherever they got killed.
Okay.
And then, after that, was spent taking them out to the backyard and then cleaning up a little bit.
Okay.
So it wasn't, blood all over the place.
For sure, yeah. Because you didn't want any family members to see that. Yeah, that's okay. No, that's understandable. And I can tell you that where they are now, I don't think you need to worry about the family members seeing them like that, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to make sure, and that's normal, we don't want them to see that.
Okay.
Okay? Now, when you said clean up, what room had to be cleaned up?
The kitchen.
The kitchen. Okay, is that the only room that had to be cleaned up?
You'll notice that Cameron is talking with a lot of stuttering and sounds like he struggles with his cognitive function, which he kind of does. However, he'll later tell Kelm that he only has slight autism and was doing quite well in school. And if you listen closely, you will hear moments when he speaks more confidently, and you'll also notice his vocabulary is quite good. He can articulate himself quite well when he wants to.
And where's the knife?
I put the knife, the two, I think it was two knives, in a plastic bag with the stick that had broken, so I put those in the plastic bag and I put it in the black box, which is in the garage.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you do then for that whole week then in the house?
I just stayed in my room.
Okay.
Because I like what I was mostly going to run away from Ottawa.
Okay.
I was hoping to go to the U.S., but since that didn't work out, I got stuck in Montreal.
Okay, gotcha.
And then that's when I called.
Okay. And how come you weren't able to get into the U.S.?
Well, you need some kind of like not like a ticket, but like
a passport or?
Well, no, not that wasn't the problem. It's like because like to go there, to stay there, you need some kind of visa.
I see.
And I didn't have that, so I'd have to lie, and that just wouldn't work. Right.
Okay. So, do you remember what day of the week this was that this happened to your parents?
Sunday.
It was a Sunday. At about what time was that?
11.
In the morning or at night?
In the morning.
In the morning. Okay. All right. Now I understand there was supposed to be some birthday party or there was some dinner that they were supposed to go to?
Yeah.
Okay. Now when was that?
Sunday.
The Sunday. Okay. And did somebody call you to find out where they were?
Yes.
Okay. Who called?
2 of her brothers.
Which ones?
Gord and Gordon Graham, I think.
Okay, all right. And what did you...
I was scared, so I said that they had the flu.
Okay, all right. Okay. Did anybody come over in the those 8 days or a week or so?
Well, we have friends from church, and they came over on the next Sunday, and I said the same thing. That,
Okay.
like, they had the flu.
Okay. They were at the house?
Yeah, they came over to the house.
Okay, all right. So where did they ask you where your parents were?
I said that they had the flu.
Okay, but where were they with the flu? I mean, I know where they were, but what did you tell them?
I told them that they were, sleeping in their room, like with the flu. I didn't really give that. All I said was that they had the flu and that they were resting, and that's...
Okay, all right. So we're just going to try to figure, how did you get to Montreal?
I took the train.
Oh, you took the train, okay. And then how did you get from your house to, which train station did you go to?
In Ottawa?
Yeah, but there's two in Ottawa. There's one
There's two?
There's one on Fallowfield, and there's one on Tremblay Road.
Tremblay.
Road, okay. And how did you get there?
I drove.
You drove whose vehicle?
My mom's.
Your mom's? Which vehicle is that?
It's the van.
The van, okay. And why didn't you just drive to Montreal?
Well, I have to pay for gas.
Okay.
And I mean, I didn't know if I didn't know, I probably could have, but I mean, if I had to pay for more gas, I wouldn't really be able to pay for more gas.
Right, okay. So you then took the train to Montreal?
Yeah.
And when did you arrive in Montreal?
At 8:30 on Monday.
8:30 in the morning or in the evening?
In the morning.
In the morning, okay. Yeah. And how did you pay for your train ticket?
With some money.
Okay, and where did you get that money?
From their purse.
From their purse, okay.
Or,
all right, go ahead.
Or wallet.
Or wallet?
Yeah.
Okay. From your mom or from your dad's wallet?
I think it was from I think it was from both.
From both? Okay. How much money were you able to get from their wallet?
140.
140, okay. So you took the train to Montreal, and then what did you do once you arrived in Montreal?
I bought a ticket to the U.S.
Okay.
But it didn't work.
Right. Because you couldn't...
Yeah, there was no visa.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was your plan in going to New York?
Somehow survive.
Pardon?
Somehow survive. Like, I didn't really have, like, a plan.
You didn't have a plan, eh?
No. It was just to get as far away from Ottawa as I could.
Okay, all right. And then when you got turned around, you couldn't come in, you couldn't go into the States, and how do you end up downtown Montreal?
Well, I had to get back from the border because I took the train, but I didn't get past the border.
Okay.
So I had to take a bus back from the border.
Mm-hmm.
And the bus dropped me off, I guess, at the bus station. I don't know exactly where it was, but and then from there I walked to this street that was where I called.
Right.
Was like a block from where I put my bags, and that was nearby where the bus station was.
Okay. All right. Okay. And so where did you sleep? So
I didn't really sleep.
You haven't? No, that's right, because we're Tuesday. That's right, because
Yeah.
you arrived yesterday morning. Okay. All right. And what's in the bags?
Just clothes.
Just clothes? Okay.
Clothes.
Are we going to find the knife in there, or the stick,
No.
or anything, or any weapons?
Well, I have my survival kit, my camping survival kit. So there is a saw and a Swiss Army knife and a sheath knife.
Okay, all right. And what made you decide to call the police, to call 911?
It was, well, I mean, I didn't really have anything else to do, and I mean, I may as well, since it's, I mean, I was feeling down.
Yeah.
Made me feel more down.
Right, yeah.
And I called.
Right. And how did you feel after you made the call?
Well, I was crying for a long time.
For sure, yeah.
And then I felt better, but I mean, I still don't know if it's fixed because, you know, like, I mean, we're discussing. I feel like we're still trying to figure out if I did it or not, and I don't understand. Like, like, like I thought confessing would mean that I would be, you know, like that would be it.
Yeah, well, you know what? We still need to understand what happened. You know, we need to understand what. Just because somebody tells us they did something, it doesn't mean it happens, right? So that's why when you told Montreal, there's a lot of people say things sometimes that aren't true. So that's why they needed to, you know, figure out figure out what happened, and but you know, it's stuff like this. I think everybody has to make their decision, what's right for them, and clearly you felt this was the right decision for you. But you know, I always use the analogy of the snowball effect, right? You start this nice snowball at the top of a mountain, and it comes spiraling down the hill, and it's picking up debris, and at the end, by the time it gets down there, it's not the same thing anymore, right? So this is something that wouldn't have gone away. Eventually you would have had to dealt with it. Now I'm noticing a cut on your
well, that was trying to where
left hand.
Where I put my stuff, I was trying to get in because it was like a rundown place and I had to get in, so it got cut.
Oh, okay. Did you sustain any injuries as a result of what happened to your parents? Yeah. Okay. What? So I know you're cutting melons, and that was about at 11 o'clock on the Sunday morning.
Yeah.
What caused you to do that? Like, it was something said or done or?
No,
like,
it was literally just a spur of the moment. I don't even know. Like, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, took me 50 minutes of going back and forth about to do it and then not to do it.
Okay, all right. What was causing you to want to do it? Why is it you're thinking you wanted to do it?
I don't remember.
Okay, all right. And what were the plans that day?
The plans was to do some studying and then go to the restaurant for the party.
For the party, okay. All right. And your mom, you said she was in the kitchen? Okay. And where was your dad?
He was somewhere else, I don't know exactly.
Okay. Can you just explain to me how your dad, did it both happen in the kitchen? Okay. How does your dad end up in the kitchen?
Well, when I did my mom, he came running, and then I did him.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And how long did it take?
What do you mean?
Like, before your mom, like, how long did you...
Well, my dad didn't take very long, but my mom took a long time.
Okay.
And it was really hard because she was in pain, and I wanted it to stop, and I couldn't make it stop. And I felt so bad because she was in pain, and I wanted her not to be in pain, but I couldn't stop it. And went for the whole night.
And what?
It took the whole night for her to die.
And how do you know that it took the whole night?
I don't know exactly, but I mean, I went to my room, and she was still in pain. I could hear her, but then in the morning, it was done.
Okay. And can I ask a question? Why is it then, after, when you realized she was in pain, why didn't you call 911?
Well, I knew it was too late.
Okay. And what do you mean by it was too late?
The wounds were too bad.
Okay. Okay. And so what about your dad? How soon after did you did you kill your dad?
What do you mean how soon after?
Well, after your mum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came running, and then
came running.
that's when it happened.
Okay, what did he say when he came in?
Well, he was scared for her.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and then it was quicker
Okay.
with him.
Okay. Now, you talked about a stick.
Yeah.
Who did you use the stick on?
I think it was both.
On both? And what part of the bodies did you hit them with?
I think
Sorry,
it was
what-
the head.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
stick broke.
The stick broke on who?
I don't remember exactly.
Okay. All right. And there were 2 knives involved?
Yeah, I think
And-
so.
Okay, where did you get the knives?
The kitchen.
In the kitchen? Okay. And which knife did you use on which person?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay.
But I think I remember this. There was a smaller one that was only used on my mom.
Okay. All right. Okay. And do you remember what your mom said to you right before?
Like before all of this happened?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay. Was there a conversation going on with
No.
you and her? No? Okay. Have you told anybody else about this? Other than, so you've told the 911 operator in
Yeah.
Montreal, you spoke to the Montreal officers,
Yeah.
we've spoken. Have you
Yeah.
talked to anybody else about it? No. Okay.
After waiting overnight for his mom to finally die, he spent a week living in his room and coming out only to get food and go to the bathroom, and then dumped the contents of her purse onto her bed and grabbed what cash she had and cash from his dad's wallet, a total of $140. He drove his mom's van to the train station on Tremblay and took a train bound for New York.
Between the time that you've killed your parents
Yeah.
and now, have you hurt anybody else?
No.
No? Okay. So there's no other, you haven't killed anybody
No.
else and you haven't injured anybody
No.
else? No? Okay. Who were the friends that showed up on the Sunday?
They were friends from church.
And do you know what are their names?
I don't want to bring them into this. I mean, if I have to, fine. But I don't want to bring. They're nice people. Do I have to bring them in?
What church are they from?
The Metropolitan Bible Church.
Metropolitan Bible. We'll probably be able to figure out
Mm-hmm.
who they are. It's up to you if you want to tell me, but we'll be able to
Okay.
figure out who they are. So
Okay, I may as well tell you then. It's a family. There's I know this. Okay, well, I know their daughter. Their daughter is called Catherine because she goes to my school, and her mom. I can't think of it.
okay, all right. Well, we'll be able to figure that out.
And Catherine sings in the choir,
Okay.
if that helps.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and
Yep.
the man is sort of French, I
Okay.
think. Yeah, he's French.
Okay. So you talked to me about the area that you cleaned up. What area in the kitchen did you have to clean up?
Sort of like in front of like the fridge. Like I mean, like
Okay.
I don't know how to explain if you don't know the house.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right. What did you clean it up with?
We have like a like steam thing for tiles,
Oh, okay.
and I use that.
Okay. And where is that now?
I left it in the hall.
You left it in the hall. Okay.
Yeah.
And what other parts of the house did you have to clean up?
Just that.
Just that? Okay. Now, you must have had blood on you.
Maybe just on my arms, but then I washed it off.
Okay. And where did you wash it off?
I guess when I had a shower, it washed off.
Okay. And how many showers are there in the house?
2, 3.
Three?
Three.
Okay. And which one did you use?
The one upstairs.
Okay, and how many are there upstairs?
One.
Just the one? Okay. Generally, what's the condition of the house? Is it tidy? Is it...
It's tidy. Well, I mean, to me, a normal house is slightly messy, but when guests come over, it's tidy. So
right.
I mean,
right. That's right. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah. Okay. So if I were to go into the house now, what condition is that house in?
In good condition.
It's in good condition. What about in terms of it being...
Like, it's not guest tidy, but it's normal tidy.
Okay. Is it possible it's a little messier than normal? So, I know you wanted to go to the States. What do you think was going to happen when people came looking for your parents?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
We're just hoping to get as far away as I could.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I am going to just leave the room. I'm just going to go and check with my partner to see if I've forgotten anything. Is there anything else that you want to tell me?
I don't know.
No, but is there anything else about this that you wanted to tell me that... No.
Not that I can think of.
Now, the clothes that your parents were wearing at the time of this, where are these clothes now?
Still on them?
Still on them? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't take off their clothes.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's good. I guess this is one thing I'm just trying to understand. So you're cutting melons, and what was your mom doing?
She was like doing some kind of herb thing. I don't know what it was. It was just she was grinding herbs or something.
Okay. And how was that morning? This was around 11 o'clock. So what was going on that morning in the house?
I don't know. I mean, like, what was...
Did you have an argument with your parents, or...?
Well, I mean, the whole upstanding, or not upstanding, the whole, like, disagreement about school and work and all that was just hanging over me, and I mean, I guess, like, I mean, we've had arguments before.
Okay.
And heated, yelling ones, and I guess just at that time when the cloud broke, I was chopping a melon.
Okay. And what were you arguing about that day? Like while you were chopping the melon?
I don't know if I was arguing. At that time I was not arguing.
Okay. All right.
No.
Okay.
But maybe like a day or two before we had been arguing.
Okay. And
about those issues.
Okay. And anything in particular? So you're talking about school, about
the work issue.
And what was your mom like when she argued with you about it?
Well, I didn't have a say.
Okay. And so you're chopping the melon, and is that the knife that was used?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
All right. And where did you stab her on her?
In the back.
In the back, okay. And how many times?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. And how did she react when she was stabbed the first time?
Actually, wait. I didn't stab her first. I used a stick first.
You used the stick? Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you get the stick?
I made it.
Oh, okay. When did you make it?
A while back.
Okay. And when you say made it, how do you make it?
I carved it.
Oh, cool. Okay. And for what purpose?
Just to do.
Okay.
I had a lot of time on my hands in the summer.
Okay. And what were you going to use that stick for?
I don't know. There was no plan when I made it.
Okay. Okay. And where were you keeping that stick?
In the garage.
In the garage, okay. So how does it end up being in the kitchen that day?
I don't know. I was planning. Like, I mean, during those 15 minutes of going back and forth, one of those times I thought of using the stick.
Okay, on...
My mom.
Okay, to do what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do I really have to say it?
No, I'm just trying to understand it. I was a little confused as to how the stick was in the kitchen, but I understand. So it was in the garage because you were kind of thinking you were back and forth. All right. Okay. So use the stick. All right. Okay. And what about on your dad? What was used for him?
A knife.
The knife?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There are 2 knives, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said? Right. Okay. And the smaller one, you said you used it on your...
Mom only.
Right. And then the larger one?
On both.
On both. All right. Okay. I am just going to leave the room for a couple of minutes. I just want to go and check with my partner to see if I've forgotten anything. And I'll be back in a minute, okay? It won't be too long, all right? Thanks. Sorry there. It's a very noisy building. Noisy building. Just a few little points. I know that the week after it happened, you said you stayed at your house. Okay. And where you stayed in your room? You told me. How were you? Like, were you eating? Okay. And where did you go to eat?
I ate in my room, but I had to go downstairs to get the food.
Oh, okay. Did you go out at all? No? Okay. Did you make any phone calls or watching TV? No? No? Okay. And where were you sleeping?
In my room.
You were able to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. Okay, that's what I thought you said. I just wasn't sure about that. In the past, when you've had arguments with your parents, how did that end? Those arguments, like how would you deal with it?
I would watch like shows and stuff.
Okay.
All right. I guess that's the answer.
Okay. And
like I wouldn't win.
Okay. Okay.
The argument.
Okay. All right. And how'd that make you feel?
I don't know, like not good.
Probably, yeah. Okay. Did you ever have any, did you ever assault them in the past? Out of fear or, not out of fear, but out of anger? No? Okay. All right. And we're just about done. The stick you told me is where is the stick right now? I know it's broken.
I'm pretty sure I got all the pieces and I put it in the bag with the 2 knives and I put that bag in the black recycling bin in the garage.
It's a black recycling bin. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, where's that black box now?
In the garage.
And has the recycling been picked up?
No, I would have had to put that outside.
And did you?
No.
No? Okay, so it's still there.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you describe the knives to me?
Well, one has a green handle.
Mm-hmm.
And one has a black handle.
Okay, which is the longer one?
The black one.
The black one. Okay, and how long is the blade?
Well, it's like those ones that you use for cooking and cutting.
Okay.
Sort of long and it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a kitchen knife.
Okay, how long is the blade, would you say?
Like that, I think.
Okay, so you're demonstrating, looks like that's about 8 inches there, if I'm right. And
Right.
what about the shorter one?
Like that.
Okay, so maybe
Like
about
long.
4 inches or something. Okay, all right. And I know you spoke about that you're in school. How much schooling did you have before that? Like, did you go to high school before? And did you graduate? Okay, where did you graduate?
Brookfield High School.
Oh, okay. Oh, good for you. Oh, good. So you got your high school diploma? Oh, good. And then where did you go after high school?
Straight to college.
Okay. And how were you doing in school, in high school?
Well,
You were doing well? Yeah, what
Yeah.
type of marks were you getting?
higher, not A's, but some were A's, but in the B's.
Okay. Oh, good for you. Good. Were you in the regular program?
Like when you say that,
Like just a regular, like was it in a special needs class?
I was part of the special needs,
Okay.
but I didn't like it, so I went to the like the normal ones.
Oh, okay. All right. And what was the special needs? Why were you in the special needs
Because
class?
I have slight autism.
Okay. All right. And how does that affect you?
Well, when I'm not on the meds, I have bad coordination, but when I am on the meds, I don't have bad coordination.
Okay. All right. And how do you react when you're not on the meds? I know you've got the bad coordination. Anything else? No? Okay. And how does your mind feel when you're not on the meds?
Fine.
And when you're on the meds?
Fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else? Diagnosed with anything else?
Well, I have sleep apnea,
Oh, okay.
but that's not really that bad.
Right. And how bad is it? When you said it's not bad, but how bad is it? Like how
I just maybe snore a
you
little bit,
snore?
maybe.
Okay.
I don't know, since I don't really.
All right. Do you sleep? You're a good sleeper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Have you been diagnosed with anything else? Whether it be your mental well-being? Nothing. No. Physically? Anything? So physically your health is good? All right. Okay. And when did you last take, did you take your meds last week for your
Yeah.
autism? Yeah, right. And do you take it regularly?
I normally do.
Okay. Now when you say normally, when do you not take it?
Like right now.
Oh, right now. Okay.
You know, since I don't have any stuff.
You don't, eh?
No.
Okay. All right. When was the last time you missed it other than right now?
Maybe during the summer for
Okay.
a couple of days.
A couple of days. All right. Okay. 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 Your dad, where did you told me you used the bigger knife on him, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where on his body did you stab him?
The back.
In the back? All right. Okay. How many times?
I don't remember.
Okay, that's right. You told me that. And just one, I think one more question. I think then I'm done. What time of the day did you bring them outside?
It wasn't at night. I know that I wanted to do it at night, but I didn't do it at night. It was sometime during the day.
Okay, so
It was in the backyard, so
so that was my next question. How did you get them? Like, where's the kitchen? Is it in the front of the house or the back of the house?
kitchen is like in the sort of front area, but we have a back door that leads to
okay.
a deck that leads to the backyard.
Okay, so then your mom, you said you dragged her on the tarp?
Yes.
Where in the house or outside did you first put her on the tarp?
I put her on the tarp in the kitchen.
Oh, in the kitchen.
I brought the tarp in, and
Gotcha.
then yeah.
Okay, and where was the tarp?
It was outside. Like, I mean, it was like we
Okay.
have a garden, so we have tarps.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So
all
I
right.
just took a tarp.
Okay, and all right. And do you have any like neighbors on either side?
Yeah, well, one of them is like never really there, and the other one is also, yeah, like, I mean, I guess they're not. Well, I mean, it's not like one is really never really there, and the other one is like it's there sometimes and not there other times.
Okay. Were you worried about them seeing you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And your dad, how
Yeah.
did you?
It was the suitcase.
Okay,
I
it
put
was-
them like partially in a suitcase. It wasn't like completely. It was like sticking out. Yeah, it was hard.
Okay. All right. And why did you put him in the suitcase?
I didn't want to drag them.
Okay. All right. Okay. And what were you thinking when you were doing this to them?
No, like when I was moving them.
No, when you were actually stabbing them and hitting them.
I don't remember exactly what I was thinking, but I don't think I was thinking anything. Maybe it was just adrenaline or something,
Okay.
or just
But were you
scared me.
feeling angry? Were you feeling...
I don't think I was feeling angry. Maybe, no, actually, I don't think I was feeling actually any anger,
Yeah. Okay.
which sounds actually really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, and I think that's what I was saying, that like it took me like 50 minutes of going back and forth of thinking to do it and then not thinking I shouldn't do it, and you know, then I finally did it, but it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was I wasn't like out of anger, like, I don't think.
So
I
what
mean,
was the purpose then?
I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like I think, like, it's not that I wasn't doing it for anger, but at the moment when I did it, I wasn't feeling really angry.
Okay.
Maybe it was just the fact that it took me like maybe at the beginning I was angry, but then doing the 50 minutes of about to do it and then not doing it, and then like, I mean, like, when I say not doing it, I mean like chickening out.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right. Right, no, I understand that. Yeah. All right, okay, I'm just going to make one quick, just speak to my partner, and I think then we're just about done. Okay, I won't be too long.
Mhm.
You still have your water there?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't be long. Okay, one question and then we're done. I guess what I'm trying to understand is, I know there was no real argument that day. It was a cumulative effect, right, of the stress that you were going on with regards to work, and you're nodding, school, and having to do chores around the house. So why did that happen on the Sunday then? Like, what is it that said?
I don't know why it happened on the Sunday. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to. I just don't know. It happened on that day. Maybe it was impulsive or something, or it just. I don't know.
Okay, well, I know if it was impulsive because you'd been thinking on and off, right, for 50 minutes. So.
Yeah, it was impulsive.
Pardon?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. And you don't recall the last argument you had with them? No. All right. Okay.
I also have a bad memory, but anyway.
Well, yeah. Okay. You seem to have provided pretty good memories with everything with regards to what happened. So I think I have a good understanding. At the beginning, I told you that. Remember, I explained the room was being recorded and that you didn't have to talk to me unless you wanted to, and you chose to explain to me what happened.
Well, I feel that I should be in trouble because I did something bad.
Pardon?
I feel that I should be in trouble because I did something bad.
Well, you're under arrest,
Yeah.
and you're going to be charged.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but I guess my question, that you understood that at the beginning,
Mhm.
and you knew why you were here.
Yeah.
My question to you is that at the beginning I told you that you didn't have to talk to me, and you did.
Yeah.
I just would
Wasn't
like.
supposed to.
Well, that's okay, but why is it then that you decided to talk to me?
Because I did something bad, and I want to be honest about it, and I feel that I should get in trouble, more like finish this
Oh, I see
trouble.
what you mean. Okay.
Like.
I see. Okay. And how do you feel now that you've come out and told us about it?
Well, I feel slightly better, but I mean, it's not over yet.
No, it's not. No. Okay. All right. And do you feel that, did I threaten you at all?
Mhm.
No. And I didn't make you any promises, or
No.
All right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we understood that. And it's I know it wasn't easy, telling me the truth. I want to thank you for telling me and explaining this to me. I think we have a pretty good understanding of what's transpired now. So what's going to happen now is you're going to have to remain here in Montreal. In Ottawa, they have to get a warrant to get you back to Ottawa. So once they obtain that warrant, some patrol officers are going to come from Ottawa and pick you up and transport you back to Ottawa, and then you will go before you'll call an Ottawa lawyer if you want to. I'm assuming you should. You'll go before a judge and be held in custody until your lawyers decide what they want to do, if they want to seek bail or if you're going to be held in custody until it gets resolved. I don't know. That's nothing I can't tell you what's going to happen. It'll be up to between you and your lawyer. Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
When I call a lawyer, is there a phone number?
Yes. So when you get to the Ottawa police, first of all, I forgot one step. In Montreal, they're going to get you before a judge. They have to get you before a judge. Okay? Then you're probably going to, I think you're going to come back here. I don't know. You'll go somewhere. So when you go to Ottawa, so what was your question? If we were going to give you a phone number, there's going to be a list of lawyers available, and then you can pick a lawyer to seek legal advice. It doesn't have to be the lawyer that's going to represent you, but once you get to Ottawa, the Ottawa officers are going to explain that process to you. Okay? Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
Nothing that relates to this.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to ask?
Can I have some toilet paper, please?
In December 2018, he went to trial and was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. He tried pleading guilty to manslaughter, but Justice Kevin Phillips rejected this plea. So then after the prosecution gave their evidence, which included his recorded confession and 911 call, he claimed that his father had been sexually abusing him for years. And that sent the trial into a bit of a tailspin, and because it required the prosecution to go back and basically start their job over again. And the trial was expected to suddenly go well into overtime, so 3 jurors had to be dismissed because they were unable to continue to serve for such a long time, and Justice Phillips had to declare a mistrial, which could mean starting the entire process all over again at taxpayers' expense. Thanks, Cameron. Then Cameron decided to recant his allegations of abuse, thankfully sparing the tarnished memory of Dave Rogers. He admitted that he had lied about the abuse, hoping that the jury would find that he acted in self-defense. On December 19, 2018, Cameron pled guilty to 2 counts of second-degree murder. 24 victim impact statements were read by family and friends. Graham Gleddy, one of Meryl's brothers and the most outspoken in her family, said in his statement that his sister Meryl and Dave were over the moon when they adopted Cameron. He said they were gentle, kind, and highly principled, and added that Cameron had none of those attributes. Graham said that he had phoned the house on November 20th, 2016 around 2 p.m. Quote, "I spoke to Cameron when he was in the middle of killing my sister. Meryl was still alive. She was moaning on the floor of the kitchen. He had gouged out her right eye. She had multiple stab wounds and was in great pain, moaning on the ground. This is a horrible family tragedy. We never expected to find ourselves in such a situation." Justice Phillips asked Cameron if he had anything to say before being sentenced, and he just shook his head and said no.